deaths. Just log on.
Yeah. This just in, you are looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center. The CNN Center right now is just beginning to work on this story, obviously calling our sources and trying to figure out exactly what happened, but clearly something relatively devastating happening this morning there on the south end of the island of Manhattan. That is, once again, a picture of one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
Well, you can see these pictures. It's obviously something devastating has happened. And again, unconfirmed report that a plane has crashed into one of the towers there. We are efforting more information on this subject as it becomes available to you.
Right now we've got Sean Murtaugh. He is a CNN producer on the telephone right now. Sean, what can you tell us about what you know?
This is Sean Murtaugh. I just was standing on the Vice President of Finance.
Sean,
Vice President of Finance for CNN.
Sean, we're on the air right now. What can you tell us about this situation?
We have received reports of an incident in Lower Manhattan. At approximately 8:46 a.m., a plane has crashed into the north face of the North Tower of the World Trade Center. This is a serious situation, and emergency services are currently responding to the incident. We strongly urge the public to avoid Lower Manhattan, especially the World Trade Center area. The safety of individuals in the vicinity is of utmost importance. Please refrain from entering the affected area and allow emergency personnel to carry out their duties efficiently. Local authorities are working diligently to assess the situation, provide aid, and ensure the safety of all individuals involved. Updates and further instructions will be communicated through official channels and local news outlets.
There's smoke billowing out of the World Trade Center.
Sean, what happened next? Does it appear to you that the plane is still...
Oh my God!
Descending on this area, it does not appear that there's any kind of an effort up there yet. Now remember, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That looks like a second plane.
Terrible.
I did not see a plane go in. That just exploded.
We just saw another plane coming in from the side.
You did. I did. That was out of
Yes, and that's the second explosion. You could see the plane come in just from the right-hand side of the screen. So this looks like it is some sort of a concerted effort to attack the World Trade Center that is underway in downtown New York.
We will see that scene again just to make sure we saw what we thought.
We're going to give you a replay of what we just saw, and I must admit I thought it was some sort of fire equipment.
Behind us that hit the World Trade Center. That's Washington, the old executive office building, I believe, and you can see the plume of smoke behind it, which we will assume until we're told otherwise that that's the fire at the Pentagon. I believe that's correct as you look now at Washington. So we've got a major fire at the Pentagon, and the Pentagon being evacuated, the White House being evacuated, and we don't know precisely the circumstances there, what caused that decision. And we have these two enormous explosions at the World Trade Center here in New York, where two planes slammed into the buildings.
Chaos here. The entire city has come to a standstill. Everyone just standing, looking at the smoke pouring out of the...
Is at Reagan National right now. We understand the FAA has taken some action. Sam, can you tell us what it is?
Yes, Carol. Because of this situation, the FAA has shut down all aircraft flights across the country. I think it is a situation where it is too dangerous. Right here at National Airport, you normally would have planes taking off and landing. There are no planes taking off or landing here. The skies are clear, and there is smoke covering the area. This gentleman is named Todd Nelson. You were just picking up what debris. What is it? Some sort of...
It looks like insulation. I was just standing here watching, and all sorts of paper and debris and insulation.
This message is transmitted at the request of the U.S. government. The following information is based on confirmed reports received from official sources. Please stay calm and take immediate action to ensure your safety. A series of attacks have occurred at the World Trade Center in New York, with unconfirmed reports of additional targets in Washington, D.C. The White House and the Capitol have been evacuated due to potential threats. This situation suggests a potential act of terrorism against the United States. In response, U.S. airspace has been completely closed. All civilian aircraft are prohibited from taking off, and all in-flight aircraft will land at the nearest airport immediately. We urge everyone to remain vigilant and alert in their surroundings. If you witness any suspicious activities or individuals, it is crucial to report them immediately to local law enforcement or other relevant authorities. We strongly advise the public to follow the instructions of local officials and emergency services. Stay tuned to official news sources for updates and instructions regarding this ongoing situation.
Just help me out here. Patty, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
What do you got?
About an hour ago, I was on the corner of Broadway and Park Place. That's about 1,000 yards from the World Trade Center when the first tower collapsed. It was a massive explosion. At the time, the police were trying desperately to evacuate people from the area. When that explosion occurs, it was like the scene out of a horror film. People started stampeding away from it.
Patty, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. We told you there was a second plane that went down, this one around 80 miles or so southeast of Pittsburgh. We'll try now to connect with KDKA TV in Pittsburgh. Well, just so much for planning. We will try again. Again, we have reports that a plane has crashed in the Pittsburgh area, southeast of Pittsburgh, about 80 miles. And at varying times, we've heard that this was a 767 and a 747. I'm not sure it matters which it is. What matters is that a plane has crashed in the Pittsburgh.
This is an emergency alert from the Office of the Mayor. Due to a terrorist attack on the World Trade Center, both towers have collapsed. Lower Manhattan is engulfed in thick dust and smoke, creating hazardous conditions. In light of the unfolding emergency, Mayor Rudolph Giuliani has issued an urgent evacuation order for the Lower Manhattan area. This order is in effect immediately. Head north away from the World Trade Center site. Find a safe location as far from the area of the attack as possible. Cooperate with police and firefighters as they work to assist and guide to safety. Do not re-enter evacuated area until authorities declare it safe to do so. We will provide updates and further information as soon as possible.
Hitting the Pentagon, 2 planes hitting the World Trade Center's towers in New York. Alan Dobbs-Frank joins us on the phone in Lower Manhattan. Alan?
Alan, just 2 or 3 minutes ago, there was yet another collapse or explosion. I'm now out of sight. A Good Samaritan has taken me in on Duane Street. But at 11:15, there was another collapse or explosion following the 10:30 collapse of the second tower. And a firefighter who rushed by estimated that 50 stories went down. The street filled with smoke. It was like a forest fire roaring down a canyon. Now, as I think Patty Sabga and others have told you, all of Manhattan is covered, downtown Manhattan is covered with thick white ash and building material. The ambulances have been coming now from as far as Long Island. All the rescue workers are being equipped with gas or face filter masks.
This message is being transmitted at the request of the U.S. government. As of this alert, the World Trade Center towers located in New York City have suffered destruction, and there has been an attack on the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. There is an ongoing risk that there may still be other threats yet to be fully assessed. The U.S. government is utilizing its full capabilities to protect American citizens from any future attacks. It is of utmost importance that you remain vigilant and report any suspicious activities or individuals to local authorities immediately. Your awareness and cooperation are critical in safeguarding our nation. Security has been heightened across the country. Law enforcement agencies are actively working together to assess threats, secure potential targets, and maintain public safety. In response to these escalating events, all federal buildings have been evacuated. If you observe any suspicious behavior or activities in your vicinity, promptly contact your local law enforcement agency. As the situation continues to evolve, further updates and guidance will be provided by authorized government officials.
We have a very dedicated staff standing by. Large numbers of medical workers are ready to attend to anybody who appears.
Bob.
Several have been very severely injured, but we're still waiting.
All right, Bob. We now have the videotape of President Bush, who was diverted from Florida to Barksdale Air Force Base near Shreveport, Louisiana. This is what he had to say to the nation moments ago.
Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and freedom will be defended. I want to reassure the American people that the full resources of the federal government are working to assist local authorities to save lives and to help the victims of these attacks. Make no mistake, the United States will hunt down and punish those responsible for these cowardly acts. I've been in regular contact with the Vice President, Secretary of Defense, the National Security Team, and my cabinet. We have taken all appropriate security precautions to protect the American people. Our military at home and around the world is on high alert status, and we have taken the necessary security precautions to continue the functions of your government. We have been in touch with the leaders of Congress and with world leaders to assure them that we will do whatever is necessary to protect America and Americans. I ask the American people to join me in saying thanks for all the folks who have been fighting hard to rescue our fellow citizens, and to join me in saying a prayer for the victims and their families. The resolve of our great nation is being tested. But make no mistake, we will show the world that we will pass this test. God bless.
This is an NBC News special report. Here is Tom Brokaw.
W. Bush, in his capacity today, not only as President of the United States, but also as Commander-in-Chief, as U.S. military forces around the world are on the highest possible alert. There is so much uncertainty in this situation. Who is responsible? When it...
Thank you. In Washington, D.C., thank you, Matt, they have declared a state of emergency. Do we have a guest there, or... Okay. Washington has declared Washington, D.C. a state of emergency. I believe I was just told that the Space Needle in Seattle has been closed down. Is that correct? Did I hear you guys? There are a couple of points we might make there. back in the year 2000, just before New Year's Eve, coming in.
In light of the attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon, Washington, D.C. is now in a state of emergency. The safety and well-being of all Americans are of utmost concern. The D.C. National Guard has been activated and is currently mobilizing to assist in emergency response efforts. Law enforcement and emergency services are coordinating their efforts to ensure the safety and security of the city. Please remain vigilant, stay indoors if possible, and cooperate with authorities. Additional information and guidance will be provided as the situation develops.
A pointed display of bipartisan unity at this critical moment in U.S. history. It seemed like a spontaneous singing of God Bless America by scores of members of the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate, seriously trying to send a message of unity during this difficult time.
Another one just hit the building. Wow. Wow. Another one hit it hard. Another one just hit the world stage. The whole building just came apart. Holy smokes. All right, I guess you guys can be okay. There was an M? Get a contact. We're looking at it.